very special presentation today, and I'm so glad you're sitting all so nicely for this. We have some music teachers that came out here today to present instruments to you that we will be studying next year. So you will get a chance to listen to all of these instruments. And I know some of you are already playing those, so most likely you'll just be continuing with them. But other people can take a look at that and make their selection and see what they like best. And afterwards, you will get a chance to meet with each of these teachers and talk to them and ask them any questions that you have about the instruments. And actually, I just want to say that our guitar teacher is not able to come in here today, so thankfully Rabbi Zimmerman is able to sit in for him and demonstrate the guitar. Thank you so much, Rabbi Zimmerman.
Maura Polina, I have one question.
Sure.
If people elect to do drums, can they do drums one-on-one, or it's only if they decide not to do any instrument?
I would have to check with the drum instructor about the one-on-one.
Okay.
So first I would like to introduce our clarinet teacher. Her name is Jessie O'Connor.
Can everybody say hi? Hi.
Hi. And she will begin the presentation today. Everybody give her your fullest attention.
So my name's Jessie. I play the clarinet. I'm going to play a little something from music today. This is by a composer named Stravinsky. It's called Three Pieces. And you play it without piano or anything. So you can see it.
Raise your hand in the room if you know how to play clarinet a little bit so far. Yeah. Out of curiosity, if a child in the room were to decide that they wanted to learn clarinet, what do you think is one of the funnest things about playing that instrument?
I guess the best thing about the clarinet is you kind of get to do every role with music. With like the oboe and the flute, you play really high a lot, and with the brass instruments, you play really low a lot. But the clarinet gets to do all of that. So, for instance, we play really low, and we play really high.
Woo!
So that's really fun. You get to do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of different music to play. You can play klezmer music, you can play jazz, you can play classical, anything that you want to learn that we can find music for you to learn.
Great, thank you. Can everyone give her a hand?
What's the hardest thing about playing the clarinet?
The hardest thing, especially when you're first learning, so we play with a reed on the instrument and a mouthpiece, and you play with your bottom lip over your teeth. So sometimes you get a little bit sore when you're first starting to play because there's a little bit of pressure there, but you get over it and you learn to deal with it then.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And next we have Ms. Kim Sapana, who some of you already know, and she will be presenting the flute today.
You guys already know I play the flute, and I have a couple of my students here, so nice to
Raise your
meet
hand
you
if you've played the flute before. All
Oh, and
right.
there's even more than I thought. So there's, okay, great. I haven't even met you guys. So this is the flute. I actually brought some other I'll show you the other members of the flute family, the big flutes and the really tiny piccolo. But I'm going to play something by a very famous composer called Mozart. Who's heard of Mozart? Almost everybody. That's great. All right.
Some people live on his street.
That's wonderful. All right.
So what is the best part about playing the flute? What's fun about playing the flute?
I love playing the flute because we, like Jesse was saying, we get to play a lot of the high stuff. We get to play a lot of the melody. Whatever we're playing, we're usually the most interesting line. We get to play a lot of hard stuff, lots of fast fingers, lots of beautiful song melodies, it's just a beautiful instrument.
The sound is very good.
Yeah.
Malka, do you have a question?
How high can you play?
Ooh, well, I have my piccolo here. You don't want to hear the highest note that that can play because it will
Yes, we
hurt
do.
your ears.
I bet if everybody sits quietly, anybody who comes to the flute room after we're done to listen to you, I bet you'd play for them, right?
Okay, high notes as long as you promise to plug your ears.
Okay.
But this one is a very high note on the flute, and then if you can imagine on the piccolo, if I played this note, it would be even 8 notes higher. Okay? So plug your ears a little bit. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Work your way up a little bit.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Pretty high, right? That's nice. I think the clarinet can go almost that high. Believe it or not. Louder.
Leora, do you have a question?
Yeah.
I know the hardest part about
What's the hardest part about flute?
there's no mouthpiece.
Yeah, if you look, there's nothing that I'm blowing into. I don't put my mouth in anything. So it's kind of like blowing across a Coke bottle, if anybody's ever done that before.
I've done that.
And I have special tests to give you to see if you'd be a good flute player that we can give you when you come back to the room. So,
You have wonderful honors.
and one other difficult thing is that it takes a lot of air to play the flute because most of the air that we use goes outside of the instrument. It doesn't even get into the flute. It all just wastes away. So yeah.
Okay, can everybody give Kim our round of applause? Thank you.
Now, Miss Michelle Corbett, she'll be presenting the harp.
Hello, my name is Michelle, and I play the harp, and I'm going to play something with you.
imagine how beautiful the Beis Hamikdash must have been with that type of music, right? That's beautiful.
The Beit HaMikdash would be very
Are all harps so big?
No, harps come in all different sizes. This is actually the biggest harp you could possibly get, but they can get to be very small where you can hold it on your lap. My brother also has yeah.
What is one of the funnest parts about learning to play harp?
The funnest part about learning to play harp is being able to do this. And being able to just play anything you want. Anything.
What about going like up and down, again and again and again?
You could. What's the hardest part about learning?
The hardest part about playing the harp is working with your feet. As you can see, I have some pedals. I don't know if some of you can see it, but some of you can't.
There are pedals there, so you might see it in the individual meeting where you go into that.
And so when you play, often you have to change the pedals while you play, and that is one of the challenging things about learning.
I'm going to choose a harp.
So we're all going to make our choices after this presentation.
Leora, do you have a question?
It looks like my hands are also.
I'm sorry?
It looks like the hands are really hard to use when
At first, you're going to get little blisters, just like you would with your lip. When your lip gets sore with the clarinet, same thing, your fingers will start getting sore. But then, if you practice, it will become very easy.
Shira, thank you for raising your hand.
your arms have to be long to reach all the notes and like in the back?
That's a very good question.
Actually, no. My arms are no longer than anyone else's, and I could reach all the way past, and all the way past up here. And if you have a smaller harp, so if your arms are small, you can reach the strings on the smaller.
Just like a violin, we can have different sizes, right?
How does the size affect the sound?
The size, bigger the harp, bigger the sound, of course, because the sound, it's from the soundboard. So bigger soundboard, bigger sound. And also we have more strings. So the bigger the harp, the more strings, and so you have a bigger range. But, that's all stuff you can learn.
Great, can we give her a round of applause? Thank you.
And last but not least is Rabbi Zimmerman presenting the guitar today. So please give him your full attention.
Raise your hand if you already have been taking guitar with John at all. We have some people that have already taken guitar with John or with other people. Okay. David Shalom. Thank you. David, answer for us. What do you think is one of the funnest things about being a guitar student? Anybody else want to answer? Mayor Nussin, do you have a reason why guitar is fun to learn? Mayor says, shh, he enjoys learning to play the guitar because when you play it, the sound goes all around the room while you're playing it. Does anybody else who plays guitar want to have an answer as to why guitar is fun to learn? Adine?
Because there's all different kinds. There's like electric.
Oh, yes. That's exactly right. All kinds of guitars to learn.
I got like one unwieldy electric guitar.
Electric guitars are fun. What do you think the hardest part about learning guitar is, Rabbi Zimmerman?
The hardest part is learning to do different notes, different strings at the same time.
Yes,
with
chords.
With the left hand, you have to remember each of the different places all at the same time. And once you get that down, then it's not too bad.
Exactly. Can everybody give a round of applause?